We did get, before we move into calls, I'm going to try to get into all of your calls, but I know there's not so much time. But we did have a win today, so we got to talk about the wins. We'll take them where we can get them, right? Winning when we can get them. Well, there was a good win today. SCOTUS strikes back. Yes, Supreme Court today sided with religious groups in a dispute over the COVID-19 restrictions in New York. And this was a good win. Oh, this was in the last couple of days, actually, but it was a 5-4 ruling. And it's important because what happened was, um, you know, uh, Blasio, Cuomo of New York and everything, they're trying to put a limit on restrictions for people attending religious services, of course, under the guise of COVID. Okay, under the guise of COVID. We all know this is a big hoax and it's a big scam because they're happily painting Black Lives Matter, with thousands of people and popping in champagne in the sidewalks for Biden celebrating. But no, for religious, they want to stop all of those people going to church. Oh, those holy people trying to pray with their families. No, it's so terrible. But thankfully, in a 5-4 ruling, Supreme Court sided with the religious groups, and they said that they cannot, they're not allowed to put these restrictions for religious groups under the guise of COVID or anything else. It's not constitution. And great, Amy Coney Barrett did side with the conservative Supreme Court justices, while of course, rogue deep stater Chief Justice John Roberts, of course, joined the 3 liberal justices in dissent. And this should also give us a good indication of what they're going to be deciding and how they're going to be ruling down the road. Obviously, John Roberts we just can't count on him. He's got nothing. But Amy Coney Barrett hopefully continues to side with the Constitution and rules with the right. But, it's funny how people they're up in arms about it. Some articles are saying that this religious freedom ruling is supremely irresponsible, immoral, and profoundly un-Jewish. How do you spin something like this? How do you sleep at night spinning something like this into oblivion? Here's some people that have literally called this ruling immoral and profoundly un-Jewish. I don't know how, but they said that this Supreme Court ruling was a victory for scientific illiteracy. They said the damage that this absolute victory will cause for the ultra-Orthodox community in America is comprehensive. It has the trajectory to deliver severe harm in the short term, social mischief in the longer term, and above all, a repudiation of a core Jewish value in its ultimate sense. I don't know how, but they're saying that this is basically the SCOTUS decision gives them a license to make other people sick and to kill people. Why this is killing us? This is basically killing the Jews. But it encourages them to do this and even to extend their right of religion to other realms. Again, I don't understand how they can somehow spin this into a bad thing, but that's what they're saying. Every priest and rabbi knows that at least one congregant is bound to come to pray bearing the dreaded virus. Oh my gosh. So because of this is a scam, they said. This is a scam. And this should not be tolerated. Okay, so if you go to church, somehow this is immoral, irresponsible, and this is going to kill you. This is crazy. Except people spend a few minutes buying their spirits and beers while Catholics marinate in their respective Holy Spirits, but laced with COVID. So you got that right. If you dare go to church, if you dare celebrate your religious freedom, because we should in America, you are killing everybody else, you are immoral, and you are profoundly irresponsible. But meanwhile, of course, they could all be going around cheering for Biden. They can all be going around doing everything else, like masturbating on a conference call. Sorry, Zoom and Tubin. You've got a competitor. You've got some competition out there. A Staten Island teacher is under investigation after he was caught masturbating on a Zoom call. Yes, this is happening again. This was actually a Google Meet. I'm sorry, a Google Meet call, not a Zoom call. Same thing. But this Staten Island high school teacher was found to appear naked and masturbating on a video conference call, apparently with students and teachers and all of that stuff. So, this is just all of this forcing children to do online courses and virtual courses. It's giving license for the creeps and the pedos to come out in full force and say, hey, I've got a license to harass and expose myself and go around naked on these Zoom calls and everything and get to children. I mean, this is their route in. This is their easy way in. And we're seeing it more and more. These are the only ones that we're finding out about. What about all the creeps out there that we're not finding out about? What about all those? But this is the latest. Jeffrey Zuman Tubin has got some competition, and this is not a good thing. This is a terrible thing. But we can't have Thanksgiving. We can't have Christmas. But teachers can go around being naked and masturbating. Okay, with that, let's take a very quick call, if we even have time. Leo from Massachusetts, you got 10 seconds, 20 seconds.
Our dollar is our only vote. The way we can alter this is to call up the media and tell them, I'm going to call your advertisers and tell them that I'm not going to buy their product.
Yes.
And then when you call the advertisers, you say, I'm going to call back in a week and see if they're still advertising on that platform, because I'm not going to buy your product.
Good idea.
That way, we can have an immediate effect that will stop them